Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerhour. Let's get right to our top stories this morning, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. An apartment complex in Las Vegas has found an innovative way to fight crime and vandalism. Review-Journal reporter James Schaefer has this story.
Liberty Village used to rank among the top 3 Northeast Las Vegas apartment complexes for 911 calls, but that's changed thanks in part to this. The human-sized Nightscope robot has taken to patrol the property and even assist police when necessary. Complex manager Carmen Batitz explains that even catching squatters falls amongst its responsibilities.
It'll tell us if that IP address of somebody that's been trespassed is on the community. It will let us know because of the IP address.
That job is completed with 4-camera video recording, facial recognition technology, and license plate reading.
It also has voice features, so if somebody is out after curfew, it'll let us know because it's after curfew hours.
Thank you, James. In other news, we have a report card of how local school officials have handled the coronavirus pandemic, and the grades are not glowing. According to a poll, nearly half of probable Nevada voters are unhappy with the job local officials have done. The Nevada poll surveyed 500 likely voters across the state by phone and online from February 26th to March 1st. 46% of them say they disapprove. Also, 46% disapprove of the jobs that Superintendent Jesus Jara has done. 29% say they want Jara to keep his job this summer, while 28% want him to be replaced. And 43% are not sure. You can read more about the Nevada poll by visiting lvrj.com/polls. A land bill filed Wednesday in Washington would expand Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area and make 30,000 acres available to development in Clark County. Congresswoman Dita Titus, who filed the House bill, said it would help the county address population growth while prioritizing affordable housing. But conservation groups said the bill doesn't address the increasing strain being placed on the valley's water supply. We have an update on the officer-involved shooting that happened near Lamb Boulevard and Cary Avenue on Monday. The Review-Journal's Jen Odd joins us with more on what led up to that shooting. Jen?
Well, Renee, here's the twist. Police say the man who was shot called the police on himself, reporting of a man with a knife.
Is he threatening anybody?
Yeah, he's trying to harm himself.
Okay, but is he threatening anybody else or no?
I don't know. There's just blood everywhere,
okay.
And he's screaming.
In the body cam footage, you can see the officer driving toward the scene. Then, the moment leading up to the shooting, the man with the knife, 31-year-old Seth Greenstone, walks up to the officer.
Drop the knife!
The officer yelling at Greenstone has been identified as Vidal Contreras. He has been put on paid administrative leave. Police say this is Contreras' first officer-involved shooting and Metro's third so far this year. Greenstone remains in the hospital but is in stable condition. Renee?
Now let's take a look at our local weather, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. For your Thursday, we're looking at comfortable conditions. Today, sunny with a high of near 70 degrees. Clear skies for your evenings with lows in the mid-40s. For the rest of the week, temperatures will remain in the low to mid-70s. We'll see clear skies and sunny conditions. Nighttime lows in the high 40s, low 50s. YouTube lets you save your favorites when you hit the subscribe button down below. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental Love Your Smile Again, the state has received its first shipment of the newly approved COVID-19 vaccine from Johnson & Johnson. About 3,600 doses were delivered to Washoe County Health District. Plans for distribution have not been released yet, and we don't know if the Southern Nevada Health District has received any doses. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine only requires 1 dose, but there has been some questions about whether it's as effective as the 2-dose vaccines. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability, state officials have signed off on Caesars Entertainment's purchase of Nevada's largest chain of race and sports books. The Gaming Control Board recommended approval of licenses that would allow Caesars to buy William Hill, which has over 100 sports books and kiosk locations across the state. The deal was announced last April and is expected to close later this month.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With your sports update, I'm Leandre Fox. David Jenkins Jr. got the Runnin' Rebels offense started early with 3 3-pointers for the team's first 9 points and scoring 32 points on the night. But his heroics were not enough as the San Diego State Aztecs rolled to a 71-62 victory over UNLV, earning their 11th straight victory and clinching their second straight Mountain West regular season championship. And the Golden Knights extended their winning streak to 4 with a 5-1 victory over the Minnesota Wild. The Golden Knights remained in first place in the West Division.
With the latest in sports betting, I'm Cassie Soto. Vegas Madness kicks off today with the West Coast Conference Tournament at Orleans Arena. Number 1 ranked and undefeated Gonzaga is the overwhelming favorite to win the tournament at -1,200 at the Westgate. BYU is next at +450. Pepperdine and St. Mary's are each 50-1, and everyone else is 100-1 or higher. Gonzaga and BYU have byes until Monday's semifinals.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, a lot of people looking for fresh air during the pandemic turned to Lake Mead National Recreational Center, and now we know just how many. Last year, more than 8 million people visited Lake Mead. That helped it move up one notch to become the 5th busiest site run by the National Park Service. Visitation increased by about 500,000 from the previous year, even though the Nevada side of the park was closed for 6 weeks because of COVID-19. In your entertainment news, sponsored by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, yes, live entertainment is returning to Las Vegas, and one person ready to get back to stage is Las Vegas lounge performer Nieve Melandra. She will be appearing at the 1923 Prohibition Bar at Mandalay Bay starting Saturday. Melandra has been performing in Las Vegas for nearly a decade. She says she's excited to bring a cabaret vibe to the Prohibition Bar. Well, that's all for today's 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. Remember, you can get every bit of local news you need in just 7 minutes with 7 at 7 from LVRJ.com and the RJ mobile app. You can also find us on Roku, Apple TV, and so much more. We hope you'll join us again this evening for 7 at 7 p.m. Thank you for watching.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.